Hey guys, I'm Rogan and this is my rant. We believe in the diversity of thought here on this channel. Here on this channel, these are ideas worth sharing and talking about, and it's not meant to be concrete advice. Remember to always do your own research and due diligence. Don't just blindly listen to a random guy on YouTube, including me. What I want to talk about today is about being awake and not stuck in your own little bubble. So, what do I mean by this? So, love him or hate him, Jeremiah Babe, he makes a lot of good content on this platform. He has a lot of good points. No, I don't agree with everything that he says, but you shouldn't agree with everything that I say. You should form your own opinions, kind of think for yourself. He just recently made a video today. Today is the 23rd of February, 2024, and he inspired me to make a video. I make videos semi regularly on this channel, but I wanted to make a special one because he was talking about how future generations might not remember or know the history, what made this country great, and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna go through a few things that you can do to make a difference in someone else's life and some of the things I do. Let's just start with the basics. We all know that our purchasing power is deteriorating and day by day, and things are just the cost of living is just getting way too out of hand for a lot of people with a lot of different jobs. So you have to be creative. You have to learn a new skill. You have to get a certification and go to school. Well, I don't really recommend going to school because that's a scam. That's a scam in and itself, depending on if you go for certain things. But you can't have all your eggs in one basket. You don't want everything in the bank. You don't want everything in a safe. You know, you need to make sure that you take a good amount of money off the table in these different markets before they pull the rug because all of these big billionaires are withdrawing thousands of shares and stuff like that. So you got to pay attention to that. So don't have all your eggs in one basket. Okay, that one. Two, make sure that your preparations are in order. Now, Jeremiah also he was talking about how a lot of people say that oh, you're so negative and people are ignoring the problem, and it's like tough to talk about, like we don't want to talk about it. Well, sometimes you have to talk about these tough things and wake people up so we can be better as a nation. There's gonna be a lot of tough times ahead, but you know, think smart. Try to find your weakest link, right? So make sure that you have plenty of food put away, plenty of water put away, plenty of metal put away. Barterable items. Think about things that you might need, like if the power goes out. Like he always talks about cyber attacks or grids going down. Our grid is so outdated in this country. It takes so long to get a new transformer shipped here. We don't even make them here. So think about if the power was out for a week and you ran out of gas in your car or something like that. Or you go to the grocery store and their credit card machines aren't working. Everyone is so reliant on their little piece of plastic. They don't have any cash anywhere, and they're like, "Oh, like have some cash. Cash is important." So you got to be fed, right? And you gotta be there for each other. What I like to do is sometimes I give to the less fortunate, like St. Jude. Those terrible what is happening, kids with cancer. I like to try to give to them, and I've sometimes I support different church programs, and I like to donate to cancer related things along with food pantries and stuff like that, or like donating perishable items. Just little things that you can do to make a difference. And the thing is, your goal isn't should be to change the world or like, oh, I got to do this lofty thing. You got to focus on taking care of yourself before you take care of others. And that's a very important lesson my grandfather taught me. And you need to make sure that, what was I going to say? Yeah, like taking care of others. When I say change the world, I'm not saying like change the world, but like think about the differences that you can make in someone's life. If you see someone and they're like that default mode of like head down in their phone, or like head down, hood up, and they just seem they don't want to be talked to anybody, or you just see someone and they have that like resting bitch face or something like that, give them a compliment or like strike up a random conversation, like bring a little light to their day. And sometimes by you doing that, then they'll be inspired to be like, oh, you know what, I should be nice to someone else. And then that snowball will just go and go and go and go and go and go, and then there'll be a lot of positive stuff. It might not be drastic change, but if you don't wake people up, and if you're just stuck in your own little bubble and be like, oh, everything's fine, I'm just going to ignore my problems and rack up a ton of credit card debt, everything's fine. No, it's not. So those are a few things that I recommend you do, and a few things that I do. And yeah, it's very important to improve yourself as well, because if you're not in the best possible health going like toward the end of this year, like moving on to the end of this year, you're at a disadvantage. Something that I need to be better at is my physical health. Like my mental, financial, and spiritual health are very up there, but my physical health is lacking. So that's like one of my weak links. That's what Jeremiah talks about, like find your weak link. Self-defense is very important. And it's not about making a drastic change overnight or even a few weeks, right? All these people, they have their New Year's resolutions and they try to make a drastic change based off of a different number on the calendar. How you make the change that you want to see is you make a little small change every day, and then that just builds and builds to you becoming a better person months down the line. I wear this bracelet and it says one day at a time. Sometimes you just have to take one day at a time, and you can't let yourself get overwhelmed. Focus on what's in front of you, right? If you can't take one day at a time, just take one moment at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. Just focus on one thing at a time, like one task. Like, what's the next task I have to do? What's one thing in front of me right now? Oh, I gotta do grocery shopping. Oh, I gotta do laundry. You know what? I gotta go for a walk. You know what? I gotta go to the gym for an hour and a half to lose this weight. So that's my recommendation. I wanted to make that video because I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to make a change, help inspire people to make positive changes in their life. Remember to be prepared. And when you're doing all this stuff, you don't have to make a video like me and put yourself out there like I am. You can literally just go to a friend or a family member and just try to wake people up. Most won't listen, but some will. So that can make all the difference. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you like topics like this, I do them from time to time. Hit that like button, I really appreciate it, and that subscribe button. It might work, it might not. That's the notification bell. Subscribe, it's free, and the notification bell. It might work, it might not. I would love to hear what you have to say in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for all the love and support on the channel lately. I really appreciate it. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.